All right, Gemini, welcome back to the channel. Real talk. I appreciate you guys for tuning in with me, Gemini. I do appreciate you guys. If you are new to the channel, welcome in. All right. Love to have you. I do appreciate you guys for your support. I appreciate you for the likes, the shares, the comments. Okay. Overall, Gemini, I appreciate your patience. Okay, guys? So if you've been drawn in by the title, there may be messages here for you. Only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Okay, Gemini energy. We're going to start off with the Declare and Decree deck, Gemini. See what possible blockages need to be released from your energy. All right, I hope everybody's doing well. Happy Sunday to you guys. All right, Gemini energy. Hang on a minute, Gemini. All right, Gemini energy. Only take what resonates with you, Gemini. Leave the rest. Do not try to make messages fit. If this part doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. You can push forward. This is spiritual. This is my Declare and Decree deck. For those of you who may not know, this is a spiritual deck for burning and releasing any negative energies from your person, from your environment, from your home, from yourself, whatever that may be for you. Each card has a positive ritual on it. It is spiritual. Each card has a ritual on it. You want to write the ritual down on paper. Set your intentions to release the negative energies. Give thanks to the Most High Mother and Father and your spiritual team for helping you to release the negative energies. And you want to set fire to it, of course, in a safe place. And you want to burn it. Burn it, because your intentions is to release the negative energies that present itself on any card, right? And so this is the Declare and Decree deck that I used, created by your very own Shabi Zane. Okay, that's the person that created this deck. I purchased this deck during the time that I was dealing with some spiritual warfare myself, and I found the deck to be very helpful. And therefore, I decided to present it on my channel, and I will continue to use it for as long as I continue to do this channel. All right? So, everybody's not spiritual, everybody's not religious. Again, choose the side that best fits for you and go with it. Let's see what possible blockages need to be released for our Geminis. Gemini, let's see what needs to be released. All right. So you have all fears, known and unknown, are cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. All fears, known and unknown. This is a simple one, but then again, it could not be so simple for some people. All fears, known and unknown, are now cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. You want to write that down. Set your intentions to release all fears, okay? Set your intentions to release any fears that may be arising within yourself, within your mindset, your emotions, your life, whatever it is. This is spiritual, so we do know that we're focused on the spiritual part of this situation so far. So you want to release that. Set your intentions after you've written it down. Ask the Most High Mother and Father and your spiritual team to assist you with releasing those negative energies, and you want to set fire to it. Again, this is more fear. All fear of the unknown is now destroyed from my energy in spirit and in flesh. So now we have fears of the unknown and fears known and unknown. Okay, so you want to get rid of any fears that could possibly be blocking you from your finances, from your material gain, any monetary gain, any creative endeavors that you're trying to create for yourself, any kind of possible extra streams of income you may be trying to create for yourself, any moves that you may be trying to make. 414 on the timer, you may be trying to tie up loose ends in your life. You're trying to do that, and maybe you're not sure if you can get it done. Maybe you're not sure if you have enough resources. You want to release those fears. You can do anything you set your mind to. Okay, release those fears, known and unknown. Release those fears, unknown. Okay, fear of the unknown, walking into something different, doing something different, choosing something different, choosing a new path of life, choosing a new way of life, choosing a new lifestyle. Okay, choosing someone new in your life. 444, 445 on the timer. Being protected, protecting yourself, standing your ground, but overall facing your fears. Gemini energy, someone here needs to just simply face your fears. Fears of whatever it could be for you. Energy is fluid, time is fluid. Only take a resonance with you, leave the rest. Do not try to make messages fit. If it doesn't make sense to you, it's not for you at this time. If it doesn't relate to you in any kind of way, concerning your situation, okay? It's not for you, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be. However, some things can resonate even in between. Some things can and some things do not. So what you want to do, Gemini, is use your spirit of discernment for what makes sense for you. And again, if it does not make sense, it's simply not for you at this time, and that is perfectly okay. Gemini energy, past, present, future, whatever could be going on now, what could have already taken place, or what could be happening in time to come. Gemini, you could be definitely focused on future, exhausted with dealing with the same type of energies with different people, situationships, relationships, or whatever that may be for you. Someone here can also be experiencing energy of being in resistance, okay? So you want to allow yourself to go with the flow of life. If that's what you're doing, go with the flow. Do not be in resistance. When you be in resistance with the current, you can end up drowning with the current. So what you want to do is go with the flow of life, so that when you go with the flow of life, then things will flow freely. Things will be in a free flow. 6:36 on the timer, where you can be in alignment with life, you can be in alignment with your purpose, and you can continue to flow, and abundance will flow to you. Things will flow to you and through you. Positive things, though. We're talking positive. Okay? Gemini energy, for whoever needed to hear that. No worries, no worries. Release those worries, release those fears. Gemini energy. Release those worries, release those fears. Gemini energy. Help Gemini to release those worries, release those fears. Gemini energy. There's something that has a potential to be very successful for you, Gemini. Male or female, what you have to do is see things from a different perspective, perhaps. Or there's some things you may need to lay to rest, like fears. Lay your fears to rest. Lay it aside. Face it. See it. Face it. Yeah. Face it. You could also be experiencing at this time dealing with a lot of dark energy, or energies within yourself that are heavily conflicted because of maybe indecisiveness or in uncertainties or some type of worries or stress. Okay, could be afraid of some things going on in life, practically every day we have to decide what side of the tracks we're gonna walk on when it comes to life. Every day you have to make a decision to make things better, to the best of your ability. Make things better or make things work. Ace of Wands coming out here. Gemini with the 3 of Swords and the 5 of Swords, along with 8 of Cups. Somebody is definitely walking away from a situationship here that probably is been long overdue for you to walk away. 4 of Cups is showing up with the King of Swords. The Fool card is here along with the 6 of Pentacles. So what you're doing is you're walking away from an energy of not, and I emphasize on not receiving reciprocity. Also walking away from someone who's no longer emotionally available, but yet could be intellectually and emotionally manipulative. Okay, someone could have been quite harsh with you, may have said some things that they cannot take back, or some things that they may regret, even if they don't admit it. Someone could have said some things in an argument or such a situation pertaining to an argument or some kind of disagreement to where it brought about pain. Okay, something was said that caused heartbreak. Okay, or someone being very cold towards you, or whatever, or treating you totally different, like their whole demeanor has changed with you, their whole personality has changed with you, okay? Their attitude has changed with you. And that's because there's certain things that's on this person's mind, and particularly that they're keeping to themselves or they don't want to be honest about. And there may be a truth, Gemini, that you either need to face, because remember, we were talking about facing fears, facing the unknown, facing fears, known and unknown, right? So there may be something you need to face that's right in your face. It could be right in front of you that you're not, at one point, you may not have allowed yourself to see the truth in it. They'll see the truth of it or accept a truth. So there's either a truth being accepted or there's a truth that's being spoken. And it could be both, okay? With the moon at the bottom, this is hidden secrets, hidden agendas. This is secrets, lies. And holding back secrets and lies. But it also represents fears as well, okay? Yeah, a whole new path. You see, you could have already been operating in this energy of being creative and doing things differently and trying to make a come up for yourself. Having more self-confidence and self-esteem and taking more chances to do things and bouncing into the unknown and coming up with ideas that actually benefit you and new things. Some of you could have dealt with a new job or new management or something like that, to where you were enjoying your work and you were busy creating more income, or just creating a great environment in the workspace for yourself. The creativity that you have has been good for you. And I feel like because you may have realized how creative you are, or that you can do better for yourself some type of way, it's allowing you to see that you can choose a different direction of life, or you can actually plan and take your time and make a good decision to follow a new path. There's something new about a path here for you. And I feel like it has a lot to do with a direction of new life, maybe even relocating, and focusing on expansion as well. Even though it's the Two of Wands here and the Ace of Wands, it's still the Three of Wands here. And Three of Wands energy is you waiting, expecting, knowing that your shift is coming in elsewhere, knowing that you can create and focus and expand. And you have a vision to do so. Okay, like plans to do so. So it may be something that you needed to look into, or something that you needed to see, or there may have been even something you may be ignoring, or you could be just simply in rejection mode when it comes to being in the flow, going with the flow. Okay, Spirit. So don't resist going with the flow. Gemini, male or female, do not resist in going with the flow. You may have experienced heartbreak with a person who was in competition with you, who should have been in relationship with you, or they could have been putting you in competition with other people, third-party energies. Or you could have been dealing with someone who's no longer available to you emotionally. They're very cold, shut down. They don't like to talk about situations. They don't want to give explanations. They don't want to talk about planning for the future. They don't want to talk about making things better. They don't want to talk things through. They don't want to talk about stability and family planning, or they're just cold. And they don't wear their heart on their sleeve. Someone is cold, literally cold-hearted, cold attitude, nonchalant, and pretty much aggressive in their energy. And it's because they're hiding how they truly feel. This person may not want to actually build with you anymore, or they don't want a relationship anymore, or what they're doing is they were just with you to win anyway, to some extent. They see you as something that they can benefit off of, in other words. Now, this could be something, Gemini, well, to the extent where you don't want it to be over. It's something that you strive to keep it going. okay? Because you don't want it to be over. That's a possibility here for someone. You may be trying to hold on to the situation because you see the potential in it, and you don't want it to be over because maybe what doesn't work, you make it work. What don't look all that great, you make it look better. You make it look great. You know, and sometimes we have a tendency to do that. We will reject, you know, truth. We will reject going with the flow. We'll become in resistance when we want something to go our way. And so with the Nine of Wands, I feel like even though you have learned lessons, even though you have been through the fire, even though you have been through a little turmoil and things with the relationships, and you are protecting yourself, you are guarded, you know the reason why you guarded is because there's something wrong here. And it may be where to you're trying to force it to work, but it's not working. You know it's not working, but you're in resistance to allowing it to be over because you're trying to make it work anyway. And I feel there's an energy of trying to force it to work anyway, which can easily become a burden because the other person's not doing everything they can to uphold the relationship, and you find yourself upholding it all by yourself. That's what you don't want. And like I said, someone here is more of an opponent than a partner. Someone who just wants to win. Okay? Someone who's a manipulator, of course, but also a liar who doesn't mind breaking your heart or lying to you. Someone who's not completely honest. They may not feel as much love for you as they put on. They may not feel as attached to you as they lead on to be, or they may not be as passionate about the relationship or keeping the relationship or continuing to build the relationship as they might not hold as much passion about it as you. They don't feel the same. You understand? No reciprocity. No equal give and take. I don't feel the same way you do. In other words, because this would be Six of Pentacles is reciprocity. It is equal give and take. It is being very generous with your time, your money, your nurturing, what you give, what you bring to the table as far as emotions and fair treatment. Okay, so because of the nonchalantness or unequal give and take, this person could have very well been given to other people as well, or you could have found that out as well. There could have been a hidden secret that they were no longer interested in the relationship. They want something different or want something else or someone else. Okay, and it may end up taking you a long time to accept this truth. Okay, and finally, I feel like you're accepting it because there's been enough lies, there's been enough betrayal, there's been enough heartache and pain, right, and suffering behind this situation, and it's time to let it go. Okay? It's an ending. It's an ending, like I said, you may not want this ending to happen, they may not want this ending to happen, but then again, it could be the other way around. They really want it, you don't. Or maybe you're trying to uphold it for certain reasons. Maybe it could be for finances. Maybe it could be out of abandonment issues. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to try to do this alone. You don't think you can do this alone. Maybe you feel like you don't have enough confidence. Maybe you don't feel like you have enough self-esteem. Or maybe you don't feel like you have enough resources or willpower or strength, mental strength, physical strength. There's certain things. There's a lot of yellow out here. Yellow represents the solar plexus. So there's self-esteem issues here. Issues of being self-secure, self-confident. Okay, and so there's something that needs to be worked on. But this is a situation that was bound to end anyway. It was a long time coming. Okay, it probably started out a little stable because things start new and fresh when you meet someone new, but not realizing they may hold the same energies that you really don't take to, or you really would not rather deal with, or you would be in resistance to. It's an energy they would be in. And so even though this person may have resided in this energy the whole time, you may have ignored it and chose to make it work anyway, but it's been a long time coming for it to be over. This is something that has happened and went on for so long, and you may have seen the whole time that this person was cold-shouldered, nonchalant, not very giving when it comes to their love and affection or their finances. not very giving when it comes to their opinions. They're not very opinionated. They don't want to give any type of advice or have any input. They just let you do whatever you choose to do, however, and they just go with it because they really don't want to have a say. They really not into it anyway. They're not really into the relationship anymore. Okay, and I feel like what you're gonna end up doing with this Eight of Cups walking away, you're gonna end up going to create for yourself. You're gonna end up creating this solid foundation for yourself, and it starts with self-love, and that's your justice. And I feel like this is what's gonna balance you out, Gemini. This person is about a lot of confusion and options, but also there's illusions here. There's illusions, and that's something that you may have needed to allow yourself to see what was superficial versus what was practical, what was fake versus what was real. Okay? Yeah, holding back. You may be holding back from this person because, like I said, there's a cold energy about them. They're not very loving, they're not very emotionally available, they're not very communicative or nothing like that. And normally, when it comes to a Queen of Swords or King of Swords or Swords, period, that it could be like minimum communication, but there is communication that makes sense. Communication that can help the situation, but it's very direct and clear communication. This could be a direct and clear communication with this person, but it's a nasty, nice kind of communication. But also that I feel this person wants to hold on to your energy, but I feel like you also, um, Gemini, could be trying to hold on to this situation for whatever reason. For whatever reason, you may feel like because this situation was your Ten of Cups, that's 16 cups right there. But even though you may have felt like this was a Ten of Cups for you or wish fulfillment for you, turns out that's not the truth. That's not what it is. It's the total opposite of what you expected. Okay, and this is why you're walking away. You're dealing with someone who is probably a little immature with their communication in a way. They kind of could be maybe hostile or aggressive with their words and mean at times with this King of Swords, and they could be cutthroat with their words or very sarcastic at times. The things that they say, sharp tongue, nasty nice, being smart mouth, being nasty with their words, or just not being very, very generous, not being very kind. Okay, but being cutthroat instead, but very chaotic too, very aggressive. And I feel like this person wants to cause this um, energy to where it's like a push and pull, like a tug of war kind of energy. I want you, but then I don't. I want this, but then I don't. You know, and that has a lot to do with confusion. Okay. Okay, so you have the Chariot coming out, the Star card, and the Five of Wands. So there's definitely going to be conflict when it comes to this, for whatever reason. But I feel like you're going to still move on from it. I feel like you're going to actually literally be moving. Okay, because right now, you have people that admire you. You have people that do care about you. It could be some little short, small circle of associates or friends or something like that. But people see you as inspirational. People see you as a star. People see you as very healing, and so does this person. But that doesn't mean they want it to be over either. You see what I'm saying? Six of Swords, you're moving on. Some of you are literally moving. You could be moving cities, moving states, moving town, whatever's the other side of town, another state, another country. Some of you are literally physically moving. Queen of Cups energy. This person probably thought that they could continue to hold on to you or whatever for whatever reasons. It was for their benefit, not yours. But the unequal give and take was something that was made very, very noticeable with this person. The coldness, the cold shoulder, whatever you could be experiencing, this person not being very active with you in a very loving way, but more of a cutthroat, dry, direct type of way, which is very much not inviting, but it would also put you in your head, Eight of Swords, and make you feel, incompetent. What does that mean? Incompetent. We're gonna look that up. But incompetent, but it makes you feel like you're not good enough. It makes you feel like you're just not being treated fairly, and it could make you feel like you're trapped into something that you cannot get out of. Okay, incompetent. I'm not sure, but it sounds like a word to where you don't feel like you're important. Okay, so this is a person who really would like victory with you, but I feel like you have victory, you have achievements that you will be making. Because see, the equal give and take energy is going to start with self. It's going to start with you loving you, right? And then that Ten of Cups energy is something you will embody. You've already walked away, and now that'll be an energy you can embody as a Ten of Cups energy. There's definitely going to be conflict here. Do not let this conflict burden you. It's conflict because things are changing. It's inner conflict as well as conflict with others. It could be conflict with a lover, someone who, again, wants to keep you stuck, but they still want to enjoy the fruits of your labor and be around. But maybe you feel like you can't make it without this person. Maybe you felt like that at one point. Maybe you messed around and told this person that, you let your feelings show and told this person that you felt like you couldn't make it without them. You never tell a person anything like that, but sometimes as humans we'll feel comfortable enough to talk to a person and let that be known. Hey, I really don't want to live without you. I really would rather you in my life, and I want this to last, and they'll pick up on the fact that you're vulnerable. They'll pick up on the fact that, maybe you really want to hold on to them. And sometimes, unfortunately, people will take advantage of that. Okay. And again, this could have been something you really wanted it to work, and you've tried to make this work over and over and over again, regardless of how things may have fell apart, regardless of how things may have been unstable. You still made it look stable. You still made it work anyway, until you cannot make it work anymore, until it just doesn't work, until there's a deal breaker that happens, like betrayal. 10 of Swords, 5 of Swords, that's 15 swords. 8 of Swords. There's just too much going on here with these swords, okay? Lots of swords energy. Not enough love, okay? And there's healing that needs to happen here as well. It could be abandonment issues that need to be looked at and understood and evaluated, okay? And self-esteem, okay? For whoever that would resonate with. Okay, so you have the Four of Wands coming out, which is your stability. This is family, right? It's supposed to be a stable connection. Ace of Pentacles. The Magician, you are transmuting the energies. And the Nine of Pentacles. So you're definitely going to be becoming single. You're going to take that step to go off on your own. Take action to be in your own energy. Go after your opportunities. Make a move. It's taking action is what you're doing. Becoming unstuck. Seeing things for what they are. Accepting the truth that this is not working. It never was. I've just been trying to force it to work regardless of the pains. In spite of heartbreak, in spite of being lied to or made broken promises to you, whatever that has happened, you've accepted that this been over. It was over a long time ago. It's like you just kept pumping life into it to keep it going. But this been over. And now you're going into the single energy where you'll be safe, you'll be secure, you'll be stable. Even if you didn't think you could, you're actually going to see that you're able to do this on your own. And when this person realizes that even though you're, going off, it's not like you're going to reach back and you're going to need them. Maybe they wanted you to have to need them. Maybe they wanted you to have to feel like, maybe they wanted you to feel like you had to depend on them some kind of way or be codependent upon them some kind of way. This person may have been benefiting some kind of way off of you, Gemini, male or female, whoever you were dealing with. Somebody was benefiting off of you some kind of way where it caused them to stick in there with you even though they didn't even care to be there. Okay, I feel like this person checked out a long time ago. Their body was with you, mind on the other side of town kind of energy. They want to come back and make a love offer for whatever reason, and I feel like it's because you're walking away and doing something different, whole nother path, whole nother way of life, whole nother way of thinking. High Priestess energy, you already know what this person's energy consists of, and you know that this is not going to work. It hasn't been working, so it's not going to work. You have new opportunities, new beginnings, and things coming in for you. This Ten of Pentacles. I said Ten of Pentacles. Well, you might well say, because you could say the Ten of Pentacles because you got the Ace of Pentacles up here with the Nine of Pentacles. This is Ten of Pentacles. That's 10. 9 and 10. So you definitely have opportunities, monetary gain, material gain, and opportunities. A lot of potential for financial gain and financial come up. A lot of opportunities. Then there's spiritual growth here too with the High Priestess. Okay, transmuting energies and things like that. You're constantly growing. You are growing and you are taking a leap of faith. You are trying to do something new, or you will take a leap of faith to do something new. Step into the unknown and face and release your fears. So you are in this Ten of Pentacles energy. You also are in this Ten of Cups energy. So the energies that you need to stabilize and feel secure, you already have those energies around you. You have those energies within you. The Ten of Pentacles energy, along with the Ten of Cups energy, that is a very stable energy to be in. Very high vibrational, very high frequency. So what you'll do, you'll attract things of a high vibration, of high frequency. When it comes to victories, when it comes to success, when it comes to reciprocity, when it comes to generosity, when it comes to new beginnings, even when it comes to just regular relationships, friendships, associationships, and even new love for some of you. The truth is, this is not working. The truth is that this is over. And somebody, wish granted, somebody doesn't want this to be over. That's what I'm looking at. It could very well have been you, Gemini. You seen that you didn't want it to be over, so you tried to force it to work. This person, maybe they didn't want it to be over, or some part of them wanted it to be, but they was just riding it out to the end. Who knows, right? So you got the Moon card at the bottom. I told you, success and happiness is coming out. Awakening is happening. Somebody's dealing with some karma, and who knows, maybe you are tying up loose ends, Gemini, where you're finishing out and you're pushing out old karma when it comes to relationships. Maybe you're tying up loose ends and don't even realize you're doing it. Maybe you're getting rid of old karma from, past relationships. Don't even know you're doing it, right? Because awakening is here. And someone definitely wants a second chance to come around to you. Somebody definitely may try to come back around to you for a second chance because maybe they had some kind of epiphany about you. But I know you've experienced 32 on the timer. You experienced an awakening. Okay? Yeah. Success and happiness is yours. So what you will be doing is creating. You're going to overthrow the conflict. And it could just be mental conflict that you're dealing with because you're uncertain. Mentally, you could be still uncertain whether things are going to work out or not, or you're going to be able to make it on your own or not. If you have children, you probably worry and wonder if you and your children are going to be fine or not. And I feel like you will. I feel like the Most High is not going to leave you without resources. It's not going to leave you without the things that you need. Okay, opportunities and resources will be presenting themselves to you. Okay, that's how I feel. And so secret is revealed, or whatever, whatever was hidden, it's been revealed, or it will be. Because the sun is going to expose it anyway. The sun is going to expose it. Okay? And then, like I said, rejuvenation, a restart, reset. Okay? And learning, like lessons are learned. You've learned the lessons. So take the lessons that you've learned, Gemini, and use those lessons. Transmute that energy with the Magician energy. Transmute that energy and build your future. Go for what it is you really want. And stay optimistic about it. Stay excited about it because it's going to be good for you. With the Ten of Pentacles here, the Six of Wands, and the Ace of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles, this is going to be really good for you. You're going to like where you're going. But first you got to make up your mind to go there. Yeah, transformation. It's an ending. It's over. You need to accept it, and they should accept it. Whoever needs to accept the truth that this situationship is over. Okay? Allow transformation to happen. Yeah, I feel like you're just separating yourself from the energies. You're cutting the cards. Spiritually, card cutting. Separating yourself from the energies. Even if it's not spiritually, you're physically separating yourself from the energies. Justice shows up again, because there's going to be a lot of balancing out for you as you go. As you realize that you don't need to be in resistance to this, do not be in resistance to change. Don't be in resistance to moving. Don't be in resistance to cutting this person off. Don't be in resistance to going in a new direction. Don't be in resistance to learning new things. Don't be in resistance. It's going to bring in balance for you not to be in resistance. Go with the flow. Balance. Justice. That means that you will receive things that's due to you. Your birthright, your sovereignty, your inheritance. You will receive what's due to you. You will receive also support from the Most High Mother and Father, your spiritual team. Support, okay? Resources, things that are beneficial to you. So keep taking action and keep moving. Justice is here and justice shall be served. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles energy showing up twice. So you will be very stable. If you're worried about abundance and you're worried about stability, don't. The Most High Mother and Father will see after you and your children if you have children. This is very stable energy, very self-secure and very self-sufficient. Some of you are creating new income for yourselves and ways of making income, and you're working a regular 9 to 5. Continue to go with the flow with that, because it's going to balance out to where you're not going to have to work that 9 to 5 anymore. Spirit already knows what's best for you. What you have to do is go with the flow, because that's what opens up the opportunities. That's what opens up the resources. Going with the flow, becoming unstuck, releasing, not holding on, releasing. This person, if they come back and try to make an offer, you may not go with that offer. You may go in a whole nother direction, I feel, because you still could be getting communication from this person. When it comes to love, when it comes to them trying to finally, I guess, I don't know, I wouldn't say finally, but I would say make an offer that sounds believable, okay, or it's more stable. But my thing is, right now, I feel like you're focused, Gemini. You're focused on your stability. And boy, are you going to be stable. This is enjoying the fruit. It's like enjoying the fruits of your labor double time. 9 to 9 is 18. And 18, it reduces down to a number 9. We are in the year of the 9. Cycles are being completed with karma, past traumas, unhealed wounds. Cycles are being closed and completed. The year of the 9, 9 of the Pentacles twice, that's 999. You could be seeing synchronicities of 9s. Okay? All we have to do is pay attention. You're going to be in a very stable place. Do not worry, Gemini. Male or female, love yourself. I said it starts with self-love. I said that. 3737 on the timer. That's 1010. You could be seeing 1010. 10 reduces to a number 1. What is number 1? 1 is the new beginning. You are number 1. You are number 1. Okay? Love yourself, Gemini. So embrace self-love and acceptance, and know that you are enough. Okay? Some of you may have dealt with this in childhood, where you didn't feel acceptance. You didn't feel enough embrace. You didn't feel enough love or support. Okay? Self-criticism. You could have got criticized or ridiculed when you was a kid. People doubted you, or made you feel like you were inferior, like you wasn't good enough, or, you know what I'm saying, you wasn't tall enough, you wasn't bright enough, you wasn't, something that people made you feel like you was missing, where you would feel inferior to other people or people around you. Inadequacy. Okay, this is the dark side of it. And so when you come out of that, you're loving yourself. Now you feel self-worth, self-confidence, self-assurance, right? Accepting yourself, inner peace, love for who? You. For yourself, Gemini. For yourself. Life source. When life comes to a standstill, turn inward and focus on joy and excitement. Your inner light keeps everything alive and moving, right? That inner light, where's that inner light? I know it's in here. Where that inner light at? There it is. That's that inner light. Star. That's that inner light. You are the star. You're very desirable. You're a very desirable type of person where people desire you. They desire your friendship. They desire your company, right? They desire to be around you, to talk to you, right? 3838 on the timer. That's 1111. Okay, new beginnings. You are the star. People see your energy as healing. People feel at home with you. Some people probably talk to you. They tell you their whole life story, and they don't even know you. You meet them the first time, and y'all could be in a line, standing up in a line, waiting to get inside of a Walmart, and a person to start talking. Whatever. Whatever the setting is, people feel comfortable with you. They desire your friendship, desire your energy. You are the star. And it's 17. 17 reduces to an 8. A lot of what? Abundance. You are the star. Healing. Face your fears. Move forward. Continue to move. It's your justice. A lot of balance is coming into your life, Gemini, male or female. This is supposed to transform you on purpose. Transformation is needed. And it starts with self-love. No codependencies. So, Gemini, I hope that the messages were helpful. And I hope that it brought clarity to you. And until next time, take care.